Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Andrew's Reviews. On this channel, I will be doing reviews of my 2020 Ram 1500 Limited in Patriot Blue Pearl with the EcoDiesel. In this video, I will be doing a walk around of the exterior of the truck and a review of the interior, along with how the 12-inch infotainment system works. So to start, here's the front of the truck. Got fog lights down under here. Now, as you can see, it is the EcoDiesel in a 1500. I do have the 4x4 off-road package on this truck, which gives it a 1-inch spacer above the factory stock. Now I'm going to go into the truck and start it up. Here's the bed step. Let's see if I can actually, it is automatic, so let's see if I can actually capture that. So when the door is closed, it's up. And when you open the door, there it comes, just drops down. Now, I went with the light frost and indigo blue interior, and I have to say I am absolutely loving it. Now here you see some really intricate stitching of the inside of the door panel. This comes with the Harman Kardon 19 speaker sound system. Absolutely fantastic audio in this truck. There's cup holders in the doors, lots of storage space. And here's the front. Here's the seat. And if you look here, you can see that the center console has extremely intricate stitching. Now, I'm going to start it up. So, here we go. So, this is what the dash is. You can go through all the settings. You have tire pressure, the air suspension, coolant, transmission temperature, oil temperature, oil pressure, oil life, battery voltage, and a general one showing the coolant temp, trans temp, oil temp, and oil pressure. And along with your hours of engine time, idling, and drive time, and then in total. And if you just go through here by using these buttons on the steering wheel on the left-hand side, you're going to have your lane assist. So if you have your adaptive cruise control on, which is right here, then that would show a vehicle in front of you or which line you're nearing, and it would light up yellow. Fuel economy, I haven't been super nice to this truck recently, so it's a little higher than it was before. Your trip, trailer tow, audio, so just whatever you have playing, messages, and screen setup, where you go through and edit. You can edit all those corners and the electronic cluster in the middle. Here you have the RPMs. I really like the blue highlighting, the limited cows. There's just your park brake and everything showing there. I'm not wearing a seatbelt, so that light's on. Now, if you come to this side, you have your headlight switch and your interior ambient lighting, which is near the door handles and around the feet and dash and all that stuff. So, coming through the interior, you can see we have wood trim, more wood trim on top of the steering wheel. Absolutely gorgeous stitching all across the dash and around the steering wheel. Coming across, more wood trim near the start button. More on top here. And more wood trim. Some along the door panels, right up there. Right up there. And the seats in this are real leather, so not some synthetic fake leather. And this absolutely massive 12-inch infotainment system. Absolutely incredible graphics. Come down here, you have your gear selector, along with your 4-wheel drive, and if you have the off-road package, it has hill descent control and your axle lock, which is a electronic locking rear differential. So, coming down here, this is all customizable through the apps. So, as you can see, just a large number, then even more on the second screen. Here's obviously your media. So, you can have Sirius XM, your USB 1 or 2, which is right there, along with your aux port. And then here you have your upper part of the center console. So this lifts up, and then this lifts up, and you have your cup holders. Oh yeah, that slides too. So right here you have the RAM charger wireless charging port for your smartphone, an empty spot for another phone, and you can stick a cable through that gap there. Down here, if we can see it, you have a real outlet, so you can plug your computer in. It's 115 volt AC, 400 watt. Up above, you have a little storage compartment along with your standard 12 volt plug-in. Now, if we go through here, we have controls. So you have your heated and vented seats, heated steering wheel, mirror dimmer. You can deploy the step manually. That will retract automatically once you start moving. You have your backup camera, which is just your standard one. On this truck, I have the surround camera. So, as you can see, the lines do move when you turn the steering wheel. Actually, let's do this. So, even the front lines move for the front of the truck. If you look at that. So it's really handy for getting into a tight spot. You have your standard back here too. So let's just go back to that. Okay, so you have your above view. This will show cars, parking lines, objects, whatever it may be. Then over here, you have your backup camera with a fairly narrow view. Here's your broad fisheye view. And then on the front, you have a narrow view there. and then a fisheye view here, and just your standard backup camera as we already went through before, which you can zoom in, so if you're backing up to a trailer, you're gonna get the hitch really nice and easy. So we're just gonna get out of that, climate. Here it is. You can also use the manual ones on the sides of the infotainment system. They do have real buttons in this still, so I'm really liking that. And I went through the apps. Now, nav, absolutely massive map and where to. So you can go through here, set your home, your work address, your favorites, and then you can just find basic stuff. So gas, restaurants, and other destinations, points of interest, and you can select all sorts of stuff. Here, I just set the surround camera as a quick one. You do that by simply going into apps, and you can select any of these for down there, and you just press and hold on it, and then you can move it around, or you can place it down here and replace it. I'm not going to. I like my setup. So here you have your Wi-Fi and everything, along with other ways to get to your nav and whatnot. And you come down here. I have the trailer brake control and the class 4 hitch receiver on this truck, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this, but you go on here and it shows on the dash what your trailer brake setting is. So you have from 0 all the way up to 10 different levels of braking for your trailer, and that's all done here. Then you have your manual brake there just for the trailer, and you have your air suspension control. We'll get to that in a minute. Your traction control on and off, tow haul, park sense rear, and park sense front. Now, those I always keep on. I find them handy and I enjoy them. And just touching back on the USBs, you have a USB-C and just a standard USB port. Now, just gonna go around here, and you have your glove box that just lifts up like that, and down here that just opens, and that's lockable, of course. These floor mats are really nice. The carpet is removable, so if you're in a muddy area or it's winter, you can take it out and it's just straight rubber. So coming back to the center console here, this slides. It has 3 positions, so there's all the way forward, there's halfway, and then this lifts up, and there's all the way back. So, nice big cargo space in here. That folds it down, and it's all one giant compartment. A couple different levels in there too, so if you want to separate stuff, you can. Well, I have the center console's upper part up. We're just going to go through here. Under it, you have your conversion tables, a reminder on how to Use trigonometric ratios, conversion, standard to metric wrench conversions, fraction to decimal chart, angles, and the Pythagorean theorem right there. And not sure if you are going to be able to see this, but down in the center console, you have the 5 generations of the Ram truck in plastic. Oh, what's going on here? Let's see here. Yeah, the 5 generations, or the 4 previous generations, I should say, of the Ram truck. So then, the top part of the center console right under there, it also lifts up. And you have another USB port right there in a nice little area the wire can come out. And you have more cup holders back here. I just have some gum in them. You take out. Then you'll actually see there's a slot here. And I believe that is designed big enough you can fit an iPad in that slot. So now, moving on to the back seats. Just before we do that, now if you look over here, you'll see this little button, and that is power folding mirrors. And you just hit it again, and they fold back out. Coming over to the back, as you can see, even the back door, really nice interior, carbon cardon. There's a cup holder in there. A nice storage space. The grab handles, leather wrapped as well back here. And the back seats. Now the center seat does fold down, and you have 2 cup holders and storage. If you look under here, you can see you have a rear floor vent for the foot option for the back passengers as well. And something really cool about these seats is if you look right here, there's a handle. You pull up and slide. And they recline. That is on both sides. 60-40 split. And if we come down here to the floor mat and lift up the corner. Let's see if I can do this. There is a bin. And on this bin, you have a ruler in centimeters on one side and inches on another. Now, if you wanted to put some cold drinks in here with some ice, you can lift it up and out completely and dump out any excess water so you don't have to worry about draining it. Now, here we are in the back seats. The back of the front seats have intricate stitching on them. You have a pocket for some maps or whatever it may be. Both sides. Passenger door, same way. And back here, you have vents for the rear passengers, as well as heated and cooled seats. I believe that is a class exclusive for full-size pickups. Once again, you have a USB 3 and a USB-C port. That's for both sides. And a little storage compartment. Now, if we go up here, you see all the controls. You have the tailgate release, along with the mirror dimming off, lights, as well as individual. And here I have the dual pane panoramic sunroof. So just gonna open the shade here. As you can see, it is absolutely massive. So let's just open this up. Let's just go. Stops at the halfway point and goes all the way back. I think that's it. And you have your power rear window on this side. Along with your tilt for the sunroof right here. You just hit that. And that happens. And of course, your full open. So you have a nice little wind deflector screen. And then that opens to there. Hit the button again. And it opens to there. Just absolutely huge, gorgeous sunroof. And we're just going to close that up. Coming outside again, you have your fuel tank or your fuel fill and DEF, diesel exhaust fluid filler right here. That kind of just comes up and pretty easy to use. Coming to the back, we have our little bed step down here. Dual exhaust, chrome tips here. You have your 4-pin and your 7-pin trailer plugins. Your rear camera. Now you can open the tailgate just like using the handle, or if you feel like it, you can use your key fob. So this is the Ram Limited. Here you have unlock, lock, tailgate down, just like that. Auto start, auto stop, panic, and your air suspension. So for this part, we're just gonna put the truck up to max height. Now I'm just gonna put this all the way up to the off-road setting. And let's see if I can capture it from an outside perspective. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I hope you guys can see this. And I believe that is an off-road. Now we're gonna just lower that again through the key fob. So we're gonna use this button, or we're gonna lower it through the key fob. We're gonna use this button right here, and just gonna have to hit that twice. And there it goes. Lowering the truck bit by bit. It really does lower quite a lot. I believe it lowers it around 2 inches. Still going, still going, still going. And there we have it. So now if you look from the exterior, see much less clearance above the wheels. You can't actually drive in entry and exit mode, but it is very handy for loading heavy items into the back. So here, we're just gonna, we have the bed step. Just gonna place a foot there, grab up here, and you're in. To get down, pretty nice and easy. Just hold on and step down using one hand and one foot. Tailgate, super nice and light. To just put the bed step up, give it a light kick, and it folds up. So that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button and subscribe by clicking that down in that corner. And I will see you next time. Drop what you want to see in the comments, and I will do what I can.